All right, so today we're going deep on something I think a lot of people struggle with, and that's squeezing more out of their business. More efficiency, cost savings, more profit, especially if you're an appointment-based business.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is particularly relevant right now with everyone, looking for that edge in a tough economy.
Yeah, exactly. And the edge we're looking at today is AI, artificial intelligence.
Right. And we're not just talking about AI in a general sense. We're going to be looking at it through the work of a guy named Peter Trott.
Yeah, Peter Trott. Uh, he's been around for a while, 43 years in direct marketing.
Yeah, and way back in 95, he was one of the first people in the UK to set up a computerized telemarketing agency.
I mean, that's pretty ahead of the curve back then.
Yeah, he's always been someone kind of on the leading edge of using technology in business.
So now he's all in on AI-powered marketing automation in the UK.
And he's got some really interesting ideas about how AI can be used to streamline businesses and make them more profitable.
So the core of what Peter's talking about is this idea of bespoke AI automation systems, right?
Yeah.
So these are systems that are custom designed for a particular business to handle all those routine tasks that can eat up so much time.
Think about things like scheduling appointments, dealing with client communication,
Yeah.
even managing inventory. Those kind of behind the scenes things that are essential but can really bog you down.
And the beauty of this is that it frees up your team to focus on, the things that they're best at and that really make a difference for your clients.
Right, like providing great service building relationships.
Yeah.
Those high value activities that really move the needle.
Peter specifically mentions dental practices as an example.
Yeah, dentists have to deal with a lot of these kinds of administrative tasks, so, AI can be a huge help for them.
So today we're gonna dig into the nuts and bolts of how this all works and what it could mean for for you, the listener out there running your own business.
The goal here is to give you a real practical understanding of how AI can be applied in a way that, makes a real difference to your bottom line.
Okay, so let's start with something that's a pain point for a lot of businesses, appointment scheduling and management.
Yeah.
Peter is a big believer in AI-powered chatbots.
Yeah, these are essentially digital assistants that can interact with your clients, answer questions, book appointments, things like that.
And they can do this 24/7, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're always available whenever your clients need them.
And they can be integrated across all your different platforms, right?
Yeah, so whether someone's on your website or your social media or even sending you a message, they can interact with the chatbot and get the information they need.
I mean, that's got to be a huge time saver for your reception staff.
Yeah, it takes a lot of that initial, back and forth off their plate so they can focus on more complex issues or, dealing with clients in person.
Okay, so then you've got what Peter calls smart scheduling systems.
Yeah, these are systems that go beyond just a basic online calendar.
Right. They actually optimize your entire appointment flow.
So they take into account things like who's available on your team, the type of appointment that's being booked, any specific equipment or rooms that might be needed, even client preferences.
Wow. I mean, it's like having a super efficient assistant who can juggle all those details and make sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, exactly. And the goal here is to maximize your appointment utilization. Make sure that you're not wasting any time and that you're using your resources as effectively as possible.
Right. And that translates into, more revenue for your business.
Absolutely. And it also helps to improve client satisfaction because, they're getting the appointments they need when they need them.
And these systems can also handle things like appointment reminders, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Because let's face it, we've all forgotten an appointment at some point or had clients who, just don't show up.
Right.
And those missed appointments, that's lost revenue.
Exactly. So these systems can send out automated reminders to make sure that clients remember their appointments and can reschedule if they need to.
And these reminders aren't just like generic. They can be personalized, right?
Yeah, they can include specific information about the appointment, like, what to bring or how to prepare.
So it's a much more, helpful and client-friendly experience.
Yeah, it shows that you're paying attention to their individual needs.
And all of this data that this system is collecting, about appointment times and no-show rates and things like that, they could be really valuable for planning and making decisions about staffing and resource allocation.
Oh, yeah. You can identify patterns and trends that you might not otherwise notice and use that information to optimize your operations.
Peter also talks about automated waiting lists, which I thought was a really clever idea.
Yeah, so instead of having to manually keep track of people who are hoping to get an appointment, the system can automatically notify them when a slot opens up.
Right, and it can prioritize those notifications based on client preferences and how urgent their need is.
Exactly. So it's a way to capture potential business that you might otherwise miss.
And again, it just makes for a much smoother and more efficient process.
Yeah, and it shows your clients that you're responsive to their needs.
Okay, so we've talked about scheduling and management, but what about keeping clients engaged and coming back for more?
Right. That's obviously crucial for any business.
So Peter talks about using AI for personalized reminders and confirmations.
Yeah, so as we mentioned before, these aren't just generic messages. They can be tailored to the individual client and their specific appointment.
Right, so you can include things like, specific instructions or preparation requirements.
Yeah, and those automated confirmations, they really reduce the need for manual follow-up calls.
Which, again, save your team a ton of time.
Yeah, exactly. And it also helps to create a more professional and efficient image for your business.
And the communication doesn't stop once the appointment's over, right?
Right. Peter talks about using AI for post-appointment follow-ups.
So this could be things like automated messages, checking in on how they're doing, asking for feedback, offering aftercare advice, things like that.
Yeah, it's a way to stay top of mind and to show that you care about your clients even after the appointment's over.
And it can also be a great opportunity to suggest future appointments, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can say something like, hey, we recommend that you come back in 6 months for a checkup.
And all this helps to build that long-term relationship with your clients.
Yeah, it's about creating that sense of loyalty and making them feel valued.
And then there's this really interesting area of targeted marketing and promotions.
Yeah, this is where AI can really start to get sophisticated.
So the idea is that the AI can analyze all the data you have on your clients, their past appointments, their preferences, their demographics, and use that information to create much more effective marketing campaigns.
So instead of just sending out a generic message to everyone, you can target specific groups of clients with offers that are relevant to their needs and interests.
And that can lead to, a much higher return on your marketing investment.
Yeah, because you're not wasting money on people who are unlikely to be interested.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit and talk about how AI can help with operational efficiency and cost reduction.
Yeah, so this is where AI can really start to make a difference behind the scenes.
Peter talks about inventory management as a prime example.
Yeah, so if your business uses supplies, AI can analyze your historical data and upcoming appointments to predict what you're going to need and when.
Right, so you can avoid running out of essential items.
Yeah, or ending up with, a bunch of excess stock that's just taking up space and costing you money.
And AI can even automate the ordering process.
Yeah, exactly. So it takes all that hassle off your plate.
Another area where Peter sees a lot of potential is staff management.
Yeah, so AI can help with things like scheduling your team, making sure that you have the right people with the right skills in the right place at the right time.
And that can lead to, lower labor costs and higher productivity.
Exactly. And it can also help to improve employee satisfaction because, people aren't being overworked or scheduled for shifts that don't fit their skills.
Peter also talks about the power of performance analytics provided by AI.
Yeah, so this is where AI can give you a really clear picture of how your business is doing, what's working, what's not.
Right. It can track all your key performance indicators, things like appointment booking rates, no-show percentages, staff productivity, revenue generation.
Yeah, and having that data at your fingertips allows you to make more informed decisions about how to improve your business.
So it's not just about automating tasks, it's also about using data to really understand your business and make it better.
Exactly. It's about taking a data-driven approach to management.
Now, Peter makes a strong case for investing in a bespoke AI toolkit, as opposed to just using a bunch of off-the-shelf apps.
Yeah, he believes that a custom-built system offers significant advantages.
So what are some of those advantages?
Well, for one thing, a bespoke system is designed specifically for your business, so it does exactly what you need it to do.
Right. There's no need to compromise or try to make a generic solution fit your specific requirements.
And you also get access to, cutting-edge AI technology that's been specifically chosen for your needs.
And you have a dedicated specialist who understands your system inside and out and can provide ongoing support.
Yeah, that's a big one because the AI landscape is constantly changing, so it's helpful to have someone who can keep you up to date on the latest developments.
So what kind of AI technology is involved in these bespoke solutions?
Well, one of the key technologies is natural language processing, or NLP.
So what does NLP do?
NLP is what allows chatbots and virtual assistants to understand human language.
Right. So they can actually have a conversation with someone and respond in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's what gives them that human like quality.
Then there's machine learning or ML.
So ML is all about allowing the AI system to learn and improve over time.
So the more data it processes, the better it gets at, whatever task it's been given.
Yeah, for example, if you're using AI to predict appointment demand, the system can analyze historical booking data and start to identify patterns and make more accurate predictions.
So it's constantly learning and getting better.
Exactly.
Predictive analytics is another important component.
Yeah, so this is where AI can be used to forecast future trends based on past data.
Like no-show rates or inventory needs.
Right, so you can anticipate potential problems and take steps to avoid them.
And then there's robotic process automation or RPA.
So RPA is all about automating repetitive tasks. The kind of things that take up a lot of time but don't really require a lot of brain power.
Like sending out appointment reminders or updating client records.
Yeah, exactly.
So by automating those tasks, you free up your team to focus on, more important things.
Right, the things that require human judgment and creativity.
Okay, so now let's talk about implementation, because anytime you're introducing a new system, there are going to be challenges.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peter addresses some of the key considerations for setting up a bespoke AI system.
One of the most important things is data privacy and security.
Yeah, that's absolutely crucial, especially in today's world.
Right. You need to make sure that you're complying with all the relevant regulations and that you're protecting your clients' sensitive information.
Another important consideration is integration.
Yeah, you need to make sure that your new AI system can work seamlessly with your existing technology infrastructure.
Right, so it's not operating in a silo.
And you also need to think about training and adoption.
Yeah, you need to make sure that your team understands how to use the new system and that they're comfortable with it.
And it's important to be transparent with your clients about how you're using AI.
Yeah, you want to make sure that they understand the benefits and that they're comfortable with it as well.
Peter believes that bespoke systems tend to have a smoother implementation process because they're designed with your specific needs in mind from the start.
Right, so you're not trying to force fit a generic solution into your business.
And you have more control over the process so you can customize it to fit your exact requirements.
So to sum it all up, it's clear that Peter Trott sees a huge potential for AI to transform appointment-based businesses.
Yeah, he believes that AI can help businesses to be more efficient, more cost-effective, and more profitable.
And that it can free up your team to focus on providing better service and building stronger client relationships.
And ultimately, that's what's going to lead to long-term success.
Full disclosure, the insights we've been talking about today come from an article sponsored by New Solutions AI.
Right.
Which is a company that Peter is involved with that specializes in providing these custom AI solutions.
So if you're interested in learning more about what AI can do for your business,
you can book a no-obligation chat with Peter.
The link to his Calendly is in the show notes for this deep dive.
And on that note, here's a question for you to ponder.
Yeah.
As you're thinking about all this, think about all the time and resources that your team currently spends on routine administrative tasks. All those things that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
What if you could significantly reduce that burden with a tailored AI system?
Right.
What would that free up your team to do?
Yeah, what new strategic initiatives could you focus on?
That's something to really think about.
It is.
We've only just scratched the surface of what AI can do, but hopefully this deep dive is giving you some food for thought.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be in business with all this new technology emerging.
And it's really up to us to figure out how to use it to our advantage.
Absolutely.
So I encourage you to explore these possibilities further and see how AI can help you to take your business to the next level.
Yeah, that's great advice.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.